Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your September the 4th Raw results video. Birthdays. Xavier Woods celebrating his 31st birthday on Monday, while NXT superstar Wesley Blake turned 30. Former WWE and TNA star Kia Stevens, aka Karma, Awesome Kong, turned 40, and TNA co-founder Jerry Jarrett turned 75. On Instagram, Carmella said that she and Big Cass bought a new house. While Carmella still looks for the right time to cash in her Money in the Bank opportunity, Cass is currently on the shelf with a torn ACL that could keep him out of action for up to 9 months. His injury was sustained in August on Raw during a match against Enzo Amore. And again, the house of that link for you. It was announced today that former Ring of Honor star Donovan Dijak has officially arrived at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando to begin training for the company. Noted before that Dijak was set to work his last indie date this past weekend after relocating to Florida. Recently relocating. Full announcement on WWE's website. Donovan Dijak joins the WWE Performance Center. A new hoss has arrived at WWE Performance Center. 6'7", 265-pound Chris Dijak of Worcester, Massachusetts, better known to ring fans as Donovan Dijak, is the latest signee to join WWE Training Center in Orlando, Florida. Combining heavy-hitting power with cat-like agility, Dijak's explosive offense has won him admirers around the world. His feature eyes knee smash, meanwhile, has downed enough opponents to put Dijak on WWE's radar with only 4 years' experience. A football and basketball standout in high school and college, Dijak stormed onto the New England independent wrestling scene in 2013. He remained a force in the region ever since, crossing paths with the likes of Tommaso Ciampa and Ode Lorcan, and becoming a fixture in organizations including Massachusetts Chaotic Wrestling, Connecticut's Northeast Wrestling, and Rhode Island's Beyond Wrestling. And don't forget Ring of Honor, because he was in the 2015 Ring of Honor top prospect tournament. And earlier this year, he competed in the WXW 16 Karat Gold tournament in Germany. He also wrestled for Evolve, and this past weekend he fought in Pro Wrestling Guerrillas Battle of Los Angeles tournament, held in Reseda, California. Dijak, his arrival at Performance Center comes on the heels of WWE signing another sensation from the independent ranks, high flyer Leo Rush. And here's a commercial link with John Cena and his mom. Well, there's a story about a 10-year-old boy saved his 2-year-old brother from drowning thanks to CPR he learned from watching Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the San Andreas movie. He was finally able to meet The Rock, and you can see it in this link. Jacob O'Connor of Roseville, Michigan, saw his brother Dylan lying face down in their grandmother's pool and pulled him out and gave him chest compressions. The Rock took notice and invited Jacob and his family to visit him on the set of his new movie, Skyscraper. On Tuesday, The Rock posted a photo with Jacob on Instagram, which can be found in that link, Instagram.com, The Rock, /The Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, I finally met this real-life 10-year-old hero, Jacob O'Connor. He rescued his 2-year-old brother after finding him face down in their pool. I said, not only do I shake hands, but when I meet heroic kids, I give hugs. Now get in here. Despite the fact that I looked like 9 ways of hell, battered and bloodied from the scenes, Jacob reluctantly gave me a hug. A very special day we had on our hashtag Skyscraper set, hashtag Jacob O'Connor, hashtag hero. Big Rock hugs for Mama Krista O'Connor. As you can imagine, she's so proud of her son, and even more So grateful to have her boys. She told me that at first she wondered, wait, am I just calling Jacob a hero because I'm a proud mom and he's my son? Then I said, no, wait, he is a real hero for saving his brother's life. Amen. Yep, he sure is. Thank you so much, Krista, for flying out to Vancouver to allow us to meet you and your boys, Jacob and Gavin. We had a blast and grateful to have you on our set. Hashtag O'Connor family. Hashtag proud mama. Surprise! Mama shedding a few happy tears for her boys. I told Jacob and his brother Gavin that when kids visit my movie set, it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory because children get to eat all the chocolate and sweets they want, and the best part is, it's all free. Well, someone has to pay for it, but it ain't me or the kids. LOL. Thank you to our entire hashtag skyscraper crew for doing all their part to make this visit special for this family. Hashtag on set, hashtag rock Wonka, hashtag O'Connor family, hashtag sugar rush. Jacob was super nervous and shy the whole time we hung out, so it was fun getting him to laugh and talk. He threw me for an unexpected spin, and when he showed up on the set wearing a shirt that he proudly made with my bull insignia on the front and on the back was a picture of me holding our two puppies, Brutus and Hobbs. After I rescued them from our pool, seeing that picture on this boy's shirt got me in the gut. Eventually, we would lose Brutus to heaven, but it wasn't the picture of Brutus that made me tear up. It was the fact that this 10-year-old kid had a big enough to put our puppies on his shirt after he saved his little 2-year-old boy's brother's life. What a special day. What a special kid. Thanks, Jacob, for being awesome and for being the kind of person we all aspire to be. DJ. The Instagram. JBL and WWE announced over the weekend that JBL is stepping down from SmackDown commentary to focus more time on his efforts with at-risk youth in Bermuda. He will continue to work special events such as WrestleMania. Might be some other pay-per-views. It was announced today that Corey Graves will join Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton on SmackDown beginning tomorrow night. Graves will also continue to call Raw with the WWE Hall of Famer Booker T and Michael Cole. Nigel McGuinness calling 205 Live and WWE Main Event as Graves is leaving those shows. Below is WWE. Here's WWE's full announcement. Corey Graves to take over as new SmackDown Live commentator. As first announced on WWE Twitter page, Corey Graves will be joining the SmackDown Live commentary team, replacing JBL, who opted to leave his position at the desk late this last week to pursue his new opportunity as a Beyond Sport global ambassador. Graves will now commentate both Raw and SmackDown Live, while Nigel McGuinness will take over Graves' commentary duties on 205 Live and WWE Main Event. WWE.com wishes both Graves and McGuinness the best of luck in their new roles. The Raw Women's title match at WWE No Mercy is now a fatal four-way after Nia Jax and Emma defeated Sasha Banks and champion Alexa Bliss in a tag team action on tonight's Raw. The match was originally announced as Sasha versus Bliss. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt is also now set for No Mercy, which takes place on September 24th from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And this is the updated No Mercy card. Universal title match, Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. Intercontinental title match is still to be determined versus The Miz. Fatal four-way, Raw Women's title, Sasha versus Nia versus Emma versus Alexa. Raw Tag Team title match, Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. JBL announced on Twitter that he will be stepping down from commentary dedicate more time to the at-risk youth and communities in Bermuda. He will continue his work with WWE by appearing on special events such as Tribute to the Troops and WrestleMania. So I got it for the horse's mouth. He's done for the weekly shows. In a tweet posted Friday evening, JBL announced that he is stepping back from his weekly role as SmackDown Live announcer to focus on a new role beyond Sport Global Ambassador. The longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history will continue his more than 20-year relationship with WWE by appearing on events such as WrestleMania and Tribute to the Troops, which JBL aspired in 2003. After much consideration, I will be stepping back my weekly role as SmackDown announcer to dedicate more continuous time on the work I have done since 2010 with at-risk kids and communities. My new schedule will allow me to continue to be part of the WWE family and also continue my work that I feel is the most important thing in my life. I will continue my 20-plus year relationship with WWE and appear on such marquee shows as Tribute to the Troops, WrestleMania, and maybe some others. With the help of Beyond Sport, I founded Beyond Rugby Bermuda in 2010, which has been recognized as one of the world's best charities for work with at-risk, gang-focused youth intervention. Beyond Rugby Bermuda won the 2014 NACRA Fair Play Award out of 7,000 programs in 17 countries for its work with at-risk kids. I was named as Beyond Sport Global Ambassador, an organization backed by all major sports leagues in the United States. I'm proud to say that in addition to being SmackDown's longest reigning WWE champion, I inspired WWE's Tribute to the Troops over 10 years ago. WWE has been my partner in all my philanthropic works, and this new deal with WWE ensures that will continue. WWE has made my dreams come true and helped me become a global name, and now WWE is helping me use that name to make a difference. Noted earlier about how Ruby Hardy took to Twitter to react to WWE Raw airing on Christmas night and New Year's night for the first time ever this year, saying Christmas has been ruined. Jeff Hardy's wife, Beth, also took to Twitter and reacted to the news, indicating that the move was a decision made by the USA Network, not WWE. We also noted how Vince McMahon's Labor Day tweet on hard work brought heat from the fans on Twitter over the superstars not being able to spend Christmas with family. Jeff's wife wrote the following: Christmas Day? Really? Some are sensitive to my public complaining, so let me not publicly complain about our Christmas Day without Jeff. Beth Britt Hardy, September 4th tweet about my last tweet. Apparently, it's the network's decision, not WWE's, but still. The official theme song for WWE's No Mercy pay-per-view is No Mercy by Kit. Also noted, WWE announced today that Raw will air live on Christmas night and New Year's night for the first time ever this year. Matt Hardy's wife, Ruby, took to Twitter and posted the following reaction. At Ruby Hardy, Christmas is ruined. Well, spoilers for main event episode, Elias versus Kalisto, Mustafa Ali and Lince Dorado versus TJP and Brian Kendrick. Mustafa Ali and Lince Dorado defeated TJP and Brian Kendrick, and Elias defeated Kalisto. Labor Day edition of Raw opened up with a look back at last week's War of Words between the No Mercy opponents, John Cena and Roman Reigns. We're live from CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, the one here in my area is CenturyLink Center, but it's Shreveport. It's Bossier City, Louisiana. Michael Coleslaw welcomes us to the show. He's joined in by Corey Graves and Booker T. First up, we got John Cena versus Jason Jordan. We go to ring. Out comes John Cena. JoJo does the formal ring introductions. Jason Jordan was out next for what Cole called a career-making moment for him. The bell rings, then Jordan goes for a quick pin attempt. Jordan with another pin attempt and after a takedown. Jordan took Cena back down and wrestled him on the mat. Cena with a takedown now, but Jordan comes right back and out-wrestled Cena again. Fans do dueling chants for Cena. Cena gets a hip toss. Jordan with a fireman's carry into a pin attempt. Gets a 2 count. Cena ends up dropping Jordan with a right hand. Cena with a 2 count. Cena ends up dropping Jordan with a forearm and hitting a suplex. Cena waits for Jordan to get up now. Cena with another right hand, and he works Jordan around the ring. Cena with a stiff whip into the corner for another 2 count. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and they're going at it. Jordan with a belly-to-belly suplex. Cena comes back with a shoulder tackle. Jordan counters a move and nails a drop kick for a 2 count. Fans do dueling chants again for Cena. Buzz is slow to get up. They get up and trade shots in the middle of the ring. Cena ends up slamming Jordan in the middle of the ring and hitting a 5-knuckle shuffle. Jordan blocks the attitude adjustment and gets a close 2 count for himself. Cena applies the STF in the middle of the ring. Jordan breaks free and applies the crossface submission. Cena breaks a hold and powers to his feet with Jordan on his shoulders. Jordan blocks the attitude adjustment and nails 2 Northern Light suplexes for a 2 count. Fan chant, this is awesome now. Jordan with a big shoulder thrust in the corner. Jordan drops his straps and goes for a slam, but Cena counters for a close 2 count. And Cena nails the attitude adjustment for the pinfall. After the match, Cena stood tall as we go to replays. Cena stands tall again and helps Jordan back to his feet for a show of respect. Cena hits the corner to pose, but the music interrupts and out comes Roman Reigns back to commercial. Back from the break, Roman is in the ring with Cena. Some fans are chanting Cena's name. Roman gets booed as he says he has one question for Cena. If he's as good as he says he is, why does it take a 16-time champ over 20 minutes to beat a rookie? Reigns says if Cena is as good as he says he is, he would have beaten Jordan right away. Reigns goes on and gets the what chant from the treatment from the crowd. Reigns calls Cena a lying, fake little biatch. B-word. Cena calls Reigns a Debbie owner, a Debbie Downer, and says he's disgusted by Reigns' whole face. Cena says Reigns is doing the worst thing a guy like him could try and do right now. Use his brain. Cena goes on and points out how Reigns came out with a zipper down. Reigns says he actually busted the zipper because he's a big dog. Cena says he was just looking for Reigns' balls, but he has none. Cena talks about Reigns is going to lose at No Mercy. Cena says the only question Reigns will have after No Mercy is, how did this happen? Cena says Reigns is conceited, know-it-all golden boy that needs to be taught about respect. Cena gives props to guys like Jordan, Chad Gable, and The Miz for putting in work each week. Who respects that? Cena says he does not respect Reigns. Cena doesn't respect how Reigns walks down here and calls Cena a faker. The only person living a lie here is Reigns. Cena goes on and wonders if Reigns can see what's going on here, or does he need to beat some sense into Reigns? Reigns says now they're talking. He tells Cena to do it. Bring it. Fans cheer a yes chant. Borgasm up. Reigns tells Cena, do it right now. Reigns asks if the fans want to see Cena beat him, and they do. Reigns taunts Cena and says this is Cena's moment to finally back up his big mouth. Just like Reigns thought. Cena's all talk. That's why he doesn't respect Cena. Reigns drops the mic and leaves the ring as his music plays. Cena just stares him down with a smirk on his face. Still to come segment, Braun Strowman versus Big Show in a steel cage match. Also, The Miz defense against Jeff Hardy back to commercial. On predictions, ring break in that match. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Rhino and Heath Slater. Back from the break, out comes Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for commentary. Sheamus and Cesaro are out next. They talk the champs and go to the ring. It's confirmed that they will get the rematch at No Mercy. Rhino and Heath Slater await in the ring. The bell rings and Slater tries a quick pin attempt on Cesaro, but it backfires and Slater gets beat down. Sheamus comes in and unloads on Slater in the corner. Cesaro tags back in for a 2 count. Rhino comes in and ends up unloading on Sheamus. Rhino with a close 2 count, and Cesaro breaks a pinfall. This leads to Sheamus hitting a brogue kick on Rhino for the easy win. After the match, Cesaro and Sheamus stood tall, and we look up at the champion. They announced to talk about Hurricane Harvey and the support given to the people of Texas. Mark Henry was in Houston earlier today helping the people. Booker T thanks WWE and everyone else for their support. Renee Young is backstage with the Hardys for comments on tonight's title match. Jeff Hardy says he's going to go out in a blaze of glory or he's going to leave the WWE Intercontinental title. Matt Hardy warns the Mr. if they're thinking about getting involved. Back to commercial. Intercontinental title match, Jeff Hardy versus The Miz. Back from the break, out comes Jeff Hardy with Matt Hardy. Intercontinental champion, The Miz is out next with Maurice, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas. We get formal ring introductions from JoJo. Jeff goes for a quick pin attempt, but Miz kicks out. Back and forth between the two as they go at it. Jeff ends up sending Miz to the floor. He runs the ropes and a dive, but puts the brakes on as Miz draws and Miz moves out of the way. Back to commercial. More back and forth after the break. Jeff drops Miz for a 2 count. Jeff goes up top, hits a whisper in the wind for another pin attempt. Jeff goes back up top, but Axel pushes him off while Bo has distracted the referee. Matt comes over and takes out Axel on the floor. Bo charges, but Matt fights him off. Fan chant delete as Matt faces off with Axel and Bo. Referee ejects Matt, Axel, and Dallas from ringside. Miz wasn't happy. Jeff comes from behind and rolls Miz up for a 2 count. Jeff with a Russian leg sweep and leg drop for another 2 count. Jeff keeps control, but Miz counters and hits a DDT for a close 2 count for himself. Jeff avoids the crushing finale and rolls Miz up for a 2 count. Jeff has Miz in the corner, but Miz counters again. Miz with a running knee for a 2 count. Miz with the yes kicks now. Jeff ducks the kick and ends up kicking Miz hard into the corner as Maurice is looking on. Miz kicks out just in time. Miz goes to the floor. Jeff tries to come off the apron, but Miz takes his leg out, and Jeff lands hard. Miz brings him back in the ring for a 2 count. Miz applies a figure 4, gets it locked in. Jeff eventually makes it to the bottom rope to break the hold. Jeff kicks Miz and drops Miz for a 2 count. As Miz grabs the bottom rope, rolls to the floor for another razor. Jeff nails Miz on the floor and follows up. Jeff runs and jumps off the steel steps for poetry in motion. Jeff brings it back in the ring and goes up top. Jeff goes for a swanton, but Miz moves out of the way after Maurice wakes him up. Jeff lands hard. Miz struggles to the back to get on his feet. Jeff gets up and kicks Miz. Miz blocks the twist of fate and nails the crushing finale for the win. After the match, Miz recovers as his music plays as we go to replays. Miz and Maurice celebrate, head to the stage as Jeff recovers in the ring. We get a look at Alexa Bliss winning the Raw Women's title last week. Coleslaw confirms Sasha Banks will get her rematch at No Mercy. Nia Jax walks in on Raw General Manager Kurt Angle backstage. She wonders how Sasha is getting a title shot before her. Kurt says that Sasha's contractually obligated title shot. She goes on about opportunities while Emma walks in. She says, according to Twitter, people were talking about her last week, not Nia. Emma has a new hashtag this week. Hashtag give Emma a chance at the women's title. Nia threatens Emma and Angle shuts them up. He makes a tag match for tonight. If Emma and Jax win, they will be put into the title match at No Mercy to make it a fatal 4-way. We see the steel cage hanging high above the ring. Braun versus Show will take place later on. Back to commercial. Back from the ring, we see how the ring collapsed during the last big Show versus Braun Strowman match several months ago. We get Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Noam Dar versus Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, and Graham Metallic. We go to the ring. Tony Nese, Noam Dar, Gulak, waiting for their opponents. This is a rematch for last Tuesday's 205 Live episode. Enzo was out next. Graham Metallic and Cedric Alexander are with him. Enzo talks about how 205 Live just became the realest hour of TV. He also does the introduction for Cedric and Metallic, then knocks their opponents back to commercial. Back from the break, and Cedric is going at it with Nese. They run the ropes, and Cedric gets the upper hand. Enzo tags himself in and dances around before dropping Nese on his face. Enzo with some more dancing and mocking Nese. Nese turns it around by dropping Enzo into the turnbuckle, and in comes Gulak. Gulak talks trash and keeps Enzo grounded. Gulak keeps Enzo near the corner and tags in Dar. Dar takes Enzo down and taunts his partner. Dar works over the leg and takes Enzo back to the corner. Nese tags in. Enzo fights out of a hold and reaches for a tag, but can't get it locked in or get it. Gulak comes in and decks Enzo, but Enzo sends him to the floor. Dar pulls Enzo's leg from the floor, but Enzo kicks him and drops him. Enzo goes back in for a tag, and in comes Cedric. Cedric goes at it with Gulak and connects with a big elbow. Cedric with a kick to the face for a 2 count, and Nese breaks up the pin. Metallic flies and takes out Nese with a drop kick. Dar comes over, but Metallic sends him to the floor. Cedric and Metallic run the ropes and land on Nese and Dar on the floor. Enzo tags himself in again, and Cedric was running the ropes. Enzo with a thumb to Gulak's eye as the referee wasn't looking. Enzo drops Gulak with a jaw on Enzo for the pin. After the match, winner stood tall as Enzo's music plays as we go to replays. Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss are backstage. Bliss doesn't like the situation they're in tonight either. Sasha says, we all know Bliss needs her tonight because the chances of her losing the title at No Mercy go up. They have words, and Bliss tells Sasha to check her boss ego at the door tonight because she is champion. Sasha fires back and says they will be victorious tonight, and then Sasha will make her scream at No Mercy when she makes her tap out. Finn Balor backstage walking as we go to commercial. Back from the break, we get Finn Balor coming out to a pop. Balor declares that Omaha is Balor Club and does the too sweet for the fans. Balor says the WWE NXT title and the Universal title used to look good around his waist, and the WWE Intercontinental title would have looked good around his waist, but Bray Wyatt cost him the chance last week. Balor says he learned that you never really get rid of a guy like Wyatt, despite winning at SummerSlam. Balor promises that he will be ready for the next time Wyatt appears. Balor says he's chosen his fate, and he's not afraid. He doesn't run from his demons because sometimes he becomes them. If Wyatt wants to continue playing games week after week, let's play them. Graphic flashes and Wyatt appears on the big screen. Wyatt talks about how his bare hands are judge, jury, and executioner. Wyatt goes on and says Balor wasn't victorious over him at SummerSlam. The demon was. Wyatt tells Balor to put the demon down and face him man to man. Show him no mercy. Wyatt tells Balor to make his choice. Balor has already made his choice, and he's already knows who he is. He is Finn Balor. Wyatt wonders if Balor will topple him or run like a scared little rabbit at No Mercy. Wyatt tells Balor to run. Back to commercial. Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss versus Emma and Nia Jax. Back from the break. Out first comes Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. Sasha was out next. Nia was out first for her team. Emma was out last. If Emma and Nia win stipulation, they get put into the title match at No Mercy to make it a fatal 4-way. Back from another break, Sasha goes at it with Nia. Nia stops the offense and keeps Sasha on the mat. Nia talks trash to Emma. Emma takes herself in, going right to work on Sasha. Emma takes Sasha to the corner and knows as the referee warns her. Sasha tries to turn it around, but Emma keeps control and covers for a pin attempt. Emma keeps Sasha grounded with a submission hold. Sasha ends up getting a break after a suplex. Sasha tags in Bliss. Bliss takes Emma to the corner and unloads with kicks. More back and forth action and tension between the two. Sasha tags in and keeps Emma down in the corner. Sasha takes Emma back down and hits the running knees for a 2 count. Sasha keeps Emma grounded. Sasha takes the corner with forearms. Emma also hits a forearm. Emma tries to tag in Nia, but Sasha cuts her off and takes her back to the corner for Bliss to come in. Bliss and Sasha hit a double suplex on Emma. Bliss covers for a 2 count. Bliss uses the ropes on Emma as the referee counts. Bliss with more kicks in the corner on Emma as Nia looks on and waits for the tag. Bliss takes Emma back down to the mat. Bliss keeps control and goes to the top for Twisted Bliss, but she comes back down as Emma moves. Emma fights back and finally tags in Nia. Nia faces off with Bliss. Bliss slaps her. Nia yells at her, grabs her, and delivers a big clothesline. Nia flattens Bliss in the corner, drops her again, and then drops elbows. Bliss with a forearm to the face, and then another. Nia blocks a DDT and throws Bliss into a big Samoan drop. Sasha breaks up the pinfall. Nia talks trash to Bliss. Bliss manages to tag in Sasha. Sasha drops Nia over the top. Sasha comes back in and comes off the top, but Nia catches a crossbody. More back and forth now. Sasha hits a Shining Wizard for a 2 count. Sasha tries for the bank statement, but it's blocked. Nia floors Sasha and hits the big leg drop. Emma ends up coming in and stealing the pin. Nia and Emma are going to No Mercy for a fatal 4-way. Well, after the match, the winner stood tall as we go to replays. Emma looks to extend her hand, but Nia ends up dropping her and leaving her laying with a Samoan drop. Renee Young backstage with Braun Strowman for comments on his first steel cage match. He talks about how he will destroy Big Show tonight and how he doesn't see Kurt Angle putting Brock Lesnar in a steel cage match just a few weeks before their No Mercy match. Braun says he's going to use this match to send a message to Show, Angle, Lesnar, and everyone else. Tag Team Champions Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were backstage, walking to the ring. They stop. Take a look at Elias, who is playing a guitar. They will face Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson up next. Back to commercial. Ambrose and Rollins versus Gallows and Anderson. Back from the break, Carl Anderson waits in the ring with partner Luke Gallows for this non-title match. Sheamus and Cesaro come down to argue with them. They leave the ring to watch from ringside as Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Ambrose were out next. Rollins and Anderson start things off. Rollins gets the upper hand early on as the fans cheer. Rollins keeps control, and Sheamus and Cesaro watch from ringside. Ambrose tags in and keeps up the attack on Anderson. Luke Gallows ends up coming in. Ambrose tags back in, but Gallows rocks him and takes control. Rollins tags in, and they double team Gallows. Anderson runs in, but gets sent over the top to the floor. Rollins and Ambrose leap out onto the opponents on the floor. They stood tall as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Gallows has Ambrose down as Rollins tries to rally for him. And we see how Ambrose nailed the spine buster during the break. Gallows keeps control and raises Ambrose for a big slam. Gallows gets a 2 count as Rollins looks on. Anderson tags in and unloads on Ambrose with some boots in the corner. Anderson keeps control and covers for another pin attempt. Anderson keeps Ambrose grounded. Ambrose tries to fight back and looks for a tag, but Anderson hits a clothesline for a 2 count. Gallows comes back in and hits a splash in the corner. Gallows with another shot before tagging in Anderson. Rollins breaks up a close pin attempt. Anderson takes Ambrose to the top for a superplex, and Sheamus and Cesaro look on. Ambrose blocks it. Headbutts Anderson to the mat. Gallows comes in, nails Ambrose. Ambrose comes off the top, but Gallows catches him. Ambrose with a drop kick and a lunatic lariat to finally drop Gallows. Anderson comes back in, but Ambrose ducks him and tags in Rollins. Rollins comes off the top and goes to work on Anderson. Rollins with a blockbuster. Rollins takes Gallows down on the floor. Rollins comes back in and hits the sling bail on Anderson. Rollins takes Anderson to the top. Gallows gets on the apron, but Rollins decks him. Ambrose nails a suicide dive to Gallows on the floor, Rollins climbs back up and hits a hurricane rana on Anderson. Sheamus instructs the referee from the apron. Cesaro gets on the other side of the apron, but Ambrose grabs his leg. The interference backfires as Anderson gets hit, and Rollins rolls him up for the pinfall. After the match, Rollins and Ambrose look on from the ramp as Sheamus and Cesaro talk trash from the ring. Gallows and Anderson come from behind to dump Cesaro and Sheamus to the floor. Sheamus and Cesaro go back in the ring and start brawling. They clear the ring of Gallows and Anderson while the champs look on, mocking them about being scared. Coleslaw leads us to a video on Connor, the Crusher, McCallick, and Connor's cure as tonight's Raw kicks off Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. We see the steel cage hanging above the ring again for tonight's main event. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get Enzo backstage celebrating with Graham Metallic and Cedric Alexander. Cruiserweight champion Neville interrupts. He reveals that these three have qualified for a fatal five-way on 205 Live tomorrow night. The winner will face Neville and No Mercy. We see the crew reinforcing the ring for tonight's main event. Charlie Caruso is backstage with referee John Cone for some comments on tonight's main event. Cone was the referee for the last Big Show versus Strowman match that saw the ring collapse. Renee was backstage with Big Show. He gives props to Braun, talks about how he's going to destroy Braun, chokeslams him, and walks out victorious. Show goes on and says Braun will have to break him if he wants to put him out to pasture tonight. Show says in 23 years there hasn't been a WWE superstar big enough or bad enough to break him. Show says Braun may call himself the monster among men, but Show is the world's largest athlete. Show walks off. We see the steel cage being lowered around the ring. Back to commercial. Steel cage match, Big Show versus Braun Strowman. Back from the break, out comes first Big Show for tonight's main event. Strowman was out next. The meet in the middle of the ring as the cage door is closed. Bell rings and Braun immediately stuns Show with a big boot. Braun goes to work and starts unloading on Show, pinning him between the steel and the ropes. Braun charges, but Show gets up. A fist this time, and both go down. Back to commercial. Back for the break, both superstars are down in the middle of the ring again. Braun gets up first and charges, but Show sidesteps and sends Braun into the steel. Show steps on Braun and keeps control. Show launches Strowman into the cage again. Show talks some trash and launches Braun into the cage again. Show looks to climb out of the cage, but Braun climbs up with him. They trade shots on the top rope. Braun headbutts Show down, crotching him on the top rope. Braun tries to climb, but Show crotches Braun on the top rope this time. Show starts climbing up again, turning him around to face the ring now. Braun charges, but Show boots him. Fans pop as Show stands tall on the top rope, looking to do a move. Show leaps from the rope and hits the big elbow drop for a pop. Braun is down. Fans chant, "Holy crap," for a Show. And they do the "This is awesome" chant as Show covers for a 2 count. Braun ends up using the cage door as a weapon and slamming it in Show's head. Braun tries to leave through the door, but Show uses the door on him this time. Show charges it with a shoulder tackle, and they both go down. Show calls for a chokeslam, but Braun blocks it and delivers a DDT for a close 2 count. They trade big shots from their knees in the middle of the ring. Show gets up first and rocks Braun with a body shot. Braun comes back with a headbutt and more shots. Show catches Braun with a big choke slam, but Braun still kicks out of 2. Show signals for the knockout punch as he waits for Braun to get up. Braun ducks the punch and scoops Show on his shoulders. Show slides out and sends Braun into the cage wall. Show starts climbing again to escape the cage. Braun comes from behind and clubs Show in the back. Braun climbs up and they trade shots above the top rope again. Show knocks Braun to the mat. Show keeps climbing to the top to escape. Show was close to getting a leg over the top of the cage, but Braun pulls him down. Braun sends Show into the steel again. Show goes back to the corner, but Braun climbs up for a superplex. Show headbutts him to the mat. Braun comes back to the top for another superplex attempt. Nailing it this time, the ring holds as it was reinforced before the match. Braun stands tall and yells out. Show gets up and Braun scoots him on the shoulders. Braun nails the power slam and covers for the pinfall. After the match, Braun stands to a tall. As his music plays, we go to replays. Braun takes the mic and asks if we see what he just did to a so-called giant, what do you think he's going to do to the beast at No Mercy? Braun yells Brock Lesnar's name and says this is his future at No Mercy. While Braun's future is becoming the new WWE Universal Champion, Braun drops the mic and looks to exit the ring while the referee checks on Show. Braun turns back towards Show and approaches him. Braun talks some trash, calling Show an old man. Braun scoops Show and power slams him through the cage wall. Cage wall collapses and Show falls out to the floor. Braun stands tall and walks out of the cage as his music starts back up. We go to replays as officials come back to check on Big Show. Raw goes off the air with Braun standing tall. As Raw ended with Braun Strowman slamming Big Show through the side of the steel cage after their main event match. Braun won. WWE posted a GIF of the Big Shot of the spot and asked WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar if he was watching what his No Mercy opponent did at this link to the world's largest athlete. Paul Heyman responded to the tweet with the following: Are you watching at Brock Lesnar? Hashtag Raw, hashtag Steel Cage Match, hashtag WWE No Mercy, at Braun Strowman, at WWE The Big Show, at Heyman Hustle. And Heyman comes back by tweeting, at WWE, I assure you, my client at Brock Lesnar has been apprised of at Braun Strowman's action. In other words, duly noted. There was no dark match main event after this week's Raw in Omaha went off the air. And WWE posted the video of Big Show and helped to the back after Braun Strowman sent him crashing through the side of the steel cage. For those who missed it, Braun defeated Big Show in the steel cage main event and then destroyed him after the match to end the show. And that concludes my Raw video for September the 4th. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on RB. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.